What do you make of the Dark East End, Doctor?
You surprise me, Holmes, asking for a conclusion on the scantiest sampling of evidence. I would be reduced to gross generalities. Ask me when I've looked around.
I deserve that, I suppose.
Get on with you, soul-saving gates. Make me sick as a belly full of bad rum. Couple of prigs. Move on for a wreck, you. Don't need preaching from your likes.
I'm looking for a family named Ratchet. Do you know them?
Course I do. They keeps a palace out west. Now, what about a drink? Then what gives ought to receive, eh?
I think you've had quite enough. You can barely stand.
Prove I ain't had near enough. Fill me up.
If you give me the Ratchet address, we might be able to make an arrangement.
What are you? Bill collector? Fancy man? The law? You get nothing.
I merely want to speak with the woman.
Talking with your type leads to trouble. Get away with you. Save a life, mister. I'm way past depressed. Nothing so sad as an empty bottle of gin. Do us a favour, your worship. Fill it up.
I help you, no?
Can you direct me to a family named Ratchet?
Avec much pleasure. I measure cranium you und I analyze machen. One English bob. Remove chapeau, bitte.
You misunderstand me, sir. I'm looking for an address.
Der Kopf ist très interessant.
I'm pleased you think so, but what about the Ratchets?
Je don't. M'excuse, no good speak.
What in blazes is he on about, Holmes?
He thinks my head is interesting. I believe he'd like to examine it.
He's not alone.
Any trenchant observations concerning the so-called sciences?
Your deprecatory tone says you have some of your own.
You mistake me, Watson. I support such studies. My current opinion is that they have value, but that they often claim too much for themselves. The road is filled with obstacles, Watson. Your assessment?
The professor has a few phrases for his work, but he speaks no languages fluently. How can he remain in business?
How indeed? Either he's having us on, or someone translates for him. Are there tools here to help us in this case?
Could they possibly hurt us? I wouldn't call what we've accomplished so far brilliant. We could always test their efficacy, work from a known quantity, so to speak.
Hello. It's Rose Hincham, isn't it?
It is, Mr. Holmes. You won't get much from the professor unless you speak Hungarian.
I heard French, German and Italian as well. How do you deal with him?
Me mum was from Budapest. But even with the language, it's a struggle. After rambling all over Europe, he's lost most of his native tongue, or mixed it with others.
We're looking for the Ratchet family. No one seems able or willing to help us.
People here is closed-mouthed. Information is power, and currency too, when you're poor.
And even when you're not, I've offered to purchase the address, but to no avail.
Not surprised. Very suspicious lot. Don't take to outsiders. Be hard as you are to get the truth. Or you might try the grocer across the way. Even the Ratchets have to eat.
It's a good thought. Tell me about your new work. Are these exciting disciplines, Rose?
Better than prognosticating by palms, Mr. Holmes. And I'm apt, since I quit gin. The professor thinks I've got a gift.
It must be occasionally tempting to promise more than you can deliver.
I'm no quack, nor shill neither. I observe. I tell people what I see. It's not exactly what you do, but I bet you had your doubters once.
I take your point. Perhaps you'll forgive my misgivings.
Your privilege, Mr. Holmes. You've got as much right as anybody to be wrong.
Your kindness is much appreciated, Rose. I won't forget it.
I'll be years returning the favour, Mr. Holmes. You kept me out of that Brumwell business, and I'll always be that grateful.
This is a legitimate business, I trust.
Absolutely, Mr. Holmes. Not many clients yet, but new methods always meet prejudice, as you must know.
I wouldn't have thought there was much call for the professor's specialities here.
People like talking to any man of science. They're as rare as an honest copper east of St. Paul's.
What have you made of Rose's transformation?
I should say she's a changed woman, no doubt. Perhaps next she'll lose the theatrical costume.
I hope not. It's part of her allure. I look forward to her next incarnation. From palmist to phrenologist is not such a leap. Perhaps next she'll become a surgeon. Watch your back, Doctor. Rose has been very helpful. Thank you for her time.
I measure cranium you. One English bob. Remove chapeau, bitte.
Maybe some other time. This skull contained a brain no larger than a chimpanzee's.
Actually, your skull is quite a bit like it. Size doesn't signify, you know.
Well, live and learn. I wonder what Totman would have concluded from the Ripper's brain. Could he have predicted the revolting ogre? Doubtful. Extremely improbable. Do you know where the Ratchet family lives?
I might do, but nothing's for free in this life, Gov. Leastwise not here. Penny for the guy, Gov. Threepence be better. Got any errands need running? Boots need blackening, anything? I'm the one. Oh, looking for something a bit different, love? I know your type, naughty boy. I know what you're after. Walk on the wild side, am I right? Course I am.
I'm looking for a woman named Agnes Ratchet. Can you help me?
Forget her, Ducky. Why not leave your friend and come round the corner?
I'm sure that would be interesting. But I'm here on business, not pleasure.
You what? Think I'm here for me help? Get on with ya.
I apologize. I didn't mean to give offense. Do you know a Mrs. Ratchet?
Spoke like a gentleman, but I don't know her, love. She used another name. Them's what ain't changed their names from shame or for dodging the law take pet names to talk their ways, get it?
I do, but Mrs. Ratchet is not, I believe she simply lives nearby.
I'm not from this patch. Don't know the locals by name anyway, and they don't know me, come to that. Sorry.
Thank you. You've been kind. Is there something I can do?
Just move along, love. As you're not buying, you're restraining trade.
Very little business on the street. Is it always like this?
Not much business anywhere, dearie. A certain sign that money is in short supply.
Are you familiar with a family named Ratchet?
I'm a tinker, not a copper. I do honest work.
I'm sure you do. I just wondered if you had a customer named Mrs. Ratchet.
Hard to say. She take pride in her knives, her scissors, keep 'em clean and sharp.
How do I know?
Well, if she don't, I wouldn't have no interest in her, would I? Not likely I'd know her, is it?
Mrs. Ratchet is in her middle years. Pleasant looking, she squints a bit. Does that help?
It ain't much. If she's from round here, you might try the grocer on the corner.
This is not the most savoury neighbourhood in which to ply your trade.
Work is where you find it. All God's creatures want sharp knives. Even scum like Jack the Ripper can appreciate a properly owned instrument.
Well, we can't claim to have learned much here, Watson.
That is a matter of opinion. We've been jostled, threatened, lied to, cajoled, harassed, propositioned, and placed in proximity to a dozen different diseases. Such experience certainly contains something of educational value.
Point taken, Doctor. We won't quibble. Ratchet-wise, we came up empty. Should we try some of these, dare I say, businesses?
Can they be any less forthcoming than people on the street?
In a word, yes. The direct approach has flopped. Something more discreet is called for.
Perhaps, but my hopes are less than knee-height.
With good reason. These people don't trust us. We're different, and different connotes an enemy to them, or at least someone to be wary of. An astonishing profusion of odours, Watson. Can you distinguish them?
Ugh, odours. Your proboscis or your vocabulary have failed you, Holmes. Perfume has an odour. Your laboratory sometimes creates odours. This rank stench equals that of an abattoir.
Mrs. Ratchet lives hereabouts. I'm told you might know where, do you?
What's your business with her?
I assure you I mean her no harm.
So coppers always say. Next thing you know, they're sending home the boat in a cosy cell at Pintonville.
I'm not with the police. Mrs. Ratchet works at my brother's office.
Filched a few bob from the tea trolley, did she? Capital crime. Leave off. Round here we treat trespassers worse than rats.
Why is that?
Rats go where they're not wanted by nature. Humans by choice. They both end up the same way. But humans get punished for choosing to do wrong. That'll cost you tuppence, and as you're the curious type, the floor ain't been recently swept. Try that again and you'll lose a finger, maybe two.
What have the police done to deserve your animosity?
I think being poor's a crime. Prove you're guilty of something.
They have a more discriminating sense of justice, surely.
You wasn't here when they tramped over this patch looking for the Ripper. Didn't give a care who they stepped on, and for what? Big show. Came to naught. Everybody knows one of the quality done them girls.
As I said, I'm not with the police.
You might as well be. You're not from here, not one of us. Now off with you. You're not worth a charge of GBH. Best quit the neighbourhood.
This is a confidential inquiry. I'm not an official agent. Won't you tell me what you know?
I know nothing except that thems that grass get mowed down, and thems that snoop, strangers I know, fare no better.
I'm looking for a Mrs. Ratchet. Can you help me?
His truncheon talks for him. You got business here? Talk to me.
I'd lay odds the proprietor knows her, Watson. Perhaps he shops here.
Poor woman. As if living in the neighbourhood weren't a surfeit of misfortune. But even if you're right, I don't see how it helps.
Too true, Doctor. If he doesn't want to tell us what he knows, we can't apply thumbscrews. He's so aggressively unhelpful. I wonder if he has a personal interest.
This wouldn't be the first time your wandering has put us at risk. Perhaps we should leave, discretion being the better part of valour.
It might have been a better part of success here. Being forthright got us nowhere. Discretion, dissimulation even, could hardly have been less productive, but I'm reluctant to go back west without something to show for our trouble.
Let's just make sure we don't have broken bones to show.
Might you occupy the proprietor's attention? I want to look inside that copybook.
I can't think of anything to turn his head that won't place our lives at risk. He's only interested in commercial transactions.
Good idea, Watson. At my signal, distract the guard.
I shouldn't like to get too close to him. He might get ideas.
That would be novel for him. Dangerous, even. Any information about the Ratchets would be helpful. I can be patient.
But can you read his mind? Arthur ain't spoke since he's seen his mum slit the swine what fathered him from ear to ear.
I'd like some marmalade from the top shelf.
Cash customers is welcome. Cost you £2 bob.
I want a jar, not your whole stock.
Wherever you bought that joke, demand a refund.
Humour is free.
Not when it's at my expense. All sales is final.
A nice bit of weather we're having this morning.
I know Mrs. Ratchet is a customer in this shop. Where does she live?
I could care less what you know. If you're not buying groceries, you've got no business here.
It can't have been long since you pushed your cart through the streets. You appear to be in fine condition.
This here's a grocery, mate. Push off if you're not buying.
How did you come by these army rations?
You writing a book?
Just curious.
Serious affliction down here. You heard about the cat what suffered from it?
Our resourceful chameleon could penetrate this alien maze with ease.
Wiggins is always willing to work, and he could hardly be less successful than we have been.
Have you seen the man I described to you, Wiggins?
Not dead, sir. I may have done.
Report, please.
I seen a likely bloke on Whitehall. Taking in the sights he was. When he jumps in a cab on the Strand, I follows, but I lost him in the crush where the Kingsway meets Aldwych. I just got the one glance, and he slid past me. Sorry, Gav.
Not to worry. Keep your eye out for him.
It was 1 and 6 for the cab.
I want you to find a Mrs. Ratchet. Older party, lives off Bishopsgate, near the Spitalfields markets.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. You been out east?
For all the good it did me, I'm suspected and despised there.
Can I take the Metropolitan?
Take the inner circle to Liverpool Street, and pay particular attention to a grocery on Frying Pan Lane. Will you share your thoughts about our case, Watson?
Oh, I regret my head is as empty as my pockets, Holmes.
Everything all right with you, Jonas?
Can't complain, Mr. Holmes. And if I did, I would listen.
Too true. There's so little kindness in the world. Have you seen Wiggins, Jonas?
Isn't he here? I see so little these days. Likely he's out parading the streets. Or is he on a job for you?
One of the boy's many qualities is that he barely distinguishes work from play. Return to the hunt, eh, Watson?
As you say, Holmes, return by all means.
Hello, Charles. We're not interrupting.
Just finishing up, Sherlock. How's your brother? Dreadful accident. Coming round, is he?
Out of immediate danger, thank you. You remember my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson?
Of course. Hello, Doctor. Make yourselves comfortable in the loosest meaning of the word. I'll be with you in a moment.
You've assembled a remarkable group of character portraits.
They are open, if slightly smeared, windows onto our capricious times.
I keep a collection for similar purposes, mostly criminal subjects.
And the small posters are my rogues exhibit, villains all.
The portrait of Kropotkin is revealing.
Admirable man. His major weakness is prophesying war every next fortnight.
Even anarchists need a hobby, I suppose. I'm trying to identify a man, Charles. Might I explore your memory?
You can try. I assume your inquiry is confidential?
Acute as ever. The man figures somehow in the murder of a civil servant. Secrets of state are at risk.
What does he look like?
I've never seen him, but one who did says he's thickly built, fair, with a small discoloration on his bearded face, perhaps a birthmark. He was wearing a dark slouch hat and cape, and he speaks German.
Language is not decisive. He could be German, Austrian, Prussian, Hungarian, Polish, even Russian. Anything else?
Regrettably, no. The witness' vantage point and the lack of light made expression and gait unremarkable. He couldn't even guess at his age.
No one springs to mind, Sherlock. Or rather, 10 men do, but are they in England? Is he a criminal, secret agent, a diplomat? With so little to differentiate them, I'm useless, I'm afraid.
With such meagre details, my hopes were not high.
Give me particulars, man, then maybe I can help. Or if not me, someone I know.
Do you still have associates whom you trust at the Home Office?
Ah, you suspect the involvement of a foreign power, don't you? Yes, I was thinking along those lines myself. Listen, when you discover the man's identity, I can introduce you to someone who might help.
Thank you, Charles.
A pleasure to see you, Sherlock. You're always onto something intriguing.
Is this profusion of papers really necessary? Place is a fire hazard.
Impossible to have too many papers.
Watson is always at me to cut down on my consumption.
One should never be without a fresh newspaper. No item is more serviceable. Absorbs grease from fish and chips, wraps garbage, or lines a threadbare coat. Use it as a towel, a fan, a sunshade, an umbrella, a dustpan, a carpet, and if worse comes to worse, heaven forfend, you can always read it. Help yourself to the Telegraph. It's hot off the press.
Your argument is exhausting, if not compelling. Have you had more thoughts about my subject, Charles?
I rather expected a mugshot for reference. By the way, are you certain he wears a beard?
According to my source. Have you heard anything about terrorist involvement in the Diogenes explosion?
Not a whisper. It was an accident, certainly, wasn't it?
To say I hope so would be as unseemly as it would be insincere. But if you've heard nothing, let it be.
Watch it, Holmes. You'll hurt yourself on the sharp bits.
Holmes, are you familiar with the symptoms that characterize kleptomania?
Observations, Doctor?
The temperature here is positively glacial. If you are insensible to it, you must count Laplanders among your ancestors.
Friedman's collection of criminalist fiction must hold interest to a devotee such as yourself.
I'm sure it would, were I not colder than a lonely fragment of pack ice. Currently, I can only think of all that paper as combustible fuel.
A picture of our villain would be invaluable, would it not?
Absolutely. But if I understand Mr. Friedman, a second-hand source would be close to worthless.
Fortunately, we know how to avoid that pitfall. What of the man I described, Wiggins? Anything to report?
No word, sir. Not a sniff of him about. Sorry.
Wiggins, what news of Mrs. Ratchet? Did Frying Pan Lane pay off?
You've got the nose, Mr. Holmes. Greengrocer's her son. She lives over the shop with her old man. He drinks.
I'm not surprised. I should return straight away.
No offence, Gov, but in Spitalfields, you're as welcome as rats in the pram. It's odd times there. Folks don't take to having the lot picked over by strangers. They get shirty, and they get mean.
Thank you, Wiggins. A solo trip incognito is called for. I've got the means upstairs. Young Ratchet's a sharpie, but he won't penetrate this disguise. Hello, comrade. Might I pop up to see your mum?
Your business?
She's holding some pamphlets for me. Got to circulate the word.
All right. Don't mess about. Don't dally, you ain't moving in, and don't roil my pie.
My brother has been incapacitated, Mrs. Ratchet. You may speak to me as you would to him.
The real Mr. Holmes wouldn't sneak up here like a rat catcher. A closed door's no obstacle to a person like you, is it?
I wish to speak about the document that went missing from the ministry.
I stole nothing. I'll say nothing more about that formula. Are you trying to trick me into breaking my oath?
That's right, dearie. Answer no questions, tell no lies, eh? This bloke stand me to a dram, huh?
Be silent, Aloysius. I know my rights and my duty. I've signed the Official Secrets Act. You've no authority, whatever your name is. You may leave.
That's right, mister. You can go rotate.
I've noticed Mr. Holmes' ring. He must be fond of dogs. You took it from his finger?
Borrowed it, Mrs. Ratchet. It proves my bona fides.
It proves you have his ring. Nothing more.
Bring it.
Perhaps you do come from Mr. Holmes. He's always been fair with me. For the moment, let's say you do.
Might you send out Mr. Ratchet so we can talk?
Send him where? The street? He's a dipsomaniac.
I can barely hear myself, let alone you.
Gin and dining with Duke Humphrey have ruined his health. In this mood, only stimulants settle him.
I was considering a sharp rap on the head with a poker.
Bring in this is. Bring in this. I love this song. I love this song. And singing in the salvation bed in the corner. 15 minutes on the Desmond chest. Yeah.
In lieu of conversation, may I look around your premises?
On what grounds?
You surely realize that you are a suspect in the formula's disappearance.
I had the opportunity, and my political convictions supply the motive. That's simple-minded and insulting.
You wouldn't commit a crime to support your beliefs?
Rob my employer and traffic in government secrets? Never. I'm no man's dupe, and no country's either. Search if you must. I'm sure you'd threaten my job or incarceration if I denied you. Don't skulk about.
Is there no other way to calm Mr. Ratchet?
Typical of your lot. Sweep the unfortunate under the rug, pretend they don't exist.
Do you have some coffee or strong tea, madam?
Now you want refreshments? I keep no luxuries here, Mr. Holmes. The proletariat has few enough of the necessities.
I saw some Hare's Head's coffee on the shelves. If you have the real thing, I'd like a £1/4. Your pa needs a caffeine.
None of my affair. That'll cost you £0.5. Don't dally, you ain't moving in, and don't roil my pa.
You were difficult to find, Mrs. Ratchet. Is that by design?
I'm at Speaker's Corner every Sunday, sir. You might drag yourself out from whatever bourgeois trough you wallow in and receive the truth from Mr. Ingalls.
Would you share any suspicions you harbour concerning the disappearance of the formula?
I'll cast no aspersions.
Those responsible for the theft tried to kill my brother. I will not rest until I find and punish those who are responsible.
In your desire for revenge, would you do violence to the innocent?
The entirely innocent are as rare as a painless amputation, Mrs. Ratchet. Remember that.
They're as common as the entirely guilty, Mr. Holmes. You might remember that.
Do you have any idea who would want to harm my brother?
I can't imagine. I'm sorry for his pain and for your grief.
Thank you. I recognize the greengrocer in the photograph. Is the other boy his brother?
Yes, that's David. He's currently living at government expense. He and Sidney are very like, as brothers often are.
That painting is by Thomas Pratt, isn't it?
What makes you say so?
I know Pratt's style. I know his colours. How did you come by it?
He gave it to me. There's nothing wrong with that.
Perhaps. What is your relation to him?
Very kind man, our Mr. Pratt. Always very kind.
As you were friends, I'm sorry to inform you that Thomas Pratt has been found brutally murdered.
How awful. I'd wondered where he'd gone. He was kind to me, considerate. Always asked after my unlucky boy. I'll miss him.
Would it shock you to learn that Thomas Pratt was involved in the theft of the formula?
If it's true, yes. I never took him for a thief. But if you found your culprit, why are you questioning me?
I don't know why he stole it, or for whom, or who his accomplices were. I wonder if you were one of them, Mrs. Ratchet. There is no possibility that Pratt acted alone. Do you have any ideas?
Of course not. Why must it be a conspiracy?
There are a number of reasons, not the least of which is that we have not recovered the formula. It was not among Pratt's effects. Did you attend the Second International?
I had the honour of representing our group in Paris. It is not an actionable offence. The inevitable laws of history predict the triumph of the working class.
Spare me the diatribe, Mrs. Ratchet. Your political predilections are your own affair.
Dialectical materialism teaches as an immutable truth.
Stop, I beg you. You are a radical. Your husband is a tosspot. Your progeny engaged in activities of dubious legality. None of that concerns or interests me at the moment. Do you have any idea who would want to harm my brother?
I can't imagine. I'm sorry for his pain and for your grief.
Thank you. This wax is a part of the seal from the stolen formula. How did you come by it?
I picked it up to save the ministry carpet. I'll add it to my tallow for candles.
Lose that sorry, Mrs. Ratchet. It won't wash. You have placed yourself at grave risk, and not only from the authorities.
What you mean?
I mean that Pratt was murdered for his part in the theft. I mean that as the formula has likely been in this room, you may be in danger. Do not trifle with me. What have you done with it?
I found it behind the clerk's desk and returned it to the ministry reading room. It's there now.
Stop, Mrs. Ratchet. A lie to protect Pratt will serve neither of you now. Tell me what you know of Pratt, Mrs. Ratchet.
He was orphaned young and raised by relations. He seemed an unhappy man, friendless and comfortable in his work. And his bohemian habits didn't help. Tired all the time. But from his first day at the ministry, he was kind to me. Always kind.
And you repaid the kindness, I think. You returned the formula for him.
Yes. After the document was discovered missing, he came back here, sick from worry. Terrible agitated he was. Said it got into his briefcase by accident.
You believed him, then?
Others would have been quick to condemn him, because he's a bit different. But he's been very kind to us. Little remembrances and such. He begged me to return it, so I did. Makes no difference now, I suppose. But he promised he would tell Mr. Holmes eventually. And I told Mr. Pratt that I would have to if he didn't.
I believe you, Mrs. Ratchet. I only wish you had confided in me earlier. Do you have any idea how Pratt spent his leisure time? With whom he spent it?
No. He was a solitary lad. We talked frequently. He never mentioned friends.
Are you familiar with a place called the Weary Punt?
I should hope not.
What is your opinion of Eldridge Whitney?
Pompous bore. Wants to impress the other boys. Fails miserably. Weak pedigree, it seems. Insults me. Perhaps it makes him feel better about himself. Pathetic sod. Another victim of the class system.
How did you return the formula to the Ministry Reading Room?
I've worked here 20 years, Mr. Holmes. I'm not entirely stupid. I resealed it and left it amidst the rubble on the clerk's desk.
You didn't think it strange, let alone sinister, that the seal was broken?
The seal must be broken to see what's inside. That's the point, isn't it?
Not really. Why didn't you return it to its filing box?
I couldn't find it. Mr. Pratt said it was number 5. I thought the mess on the desk would suit, and I was certain that Mr. Whitney would never notice until long after I'd gone home. He's not the most attentive clerk.
Was there anything peculiar about the document? Anything unexpected?
Now that you mention it, there was an odd brown stain in one corner. I don't know how it came to be there.
Your pa's in a rare state, comrade. Not violent, is he?
Like a lamb, except when he's drinking, which is mostly.
He needs sobering. Victuals and a hot drink would help.
You a physic in your spare time?
How did you come by these army rations?
You heard about the cat what suffered from curiosity.
Beg your pardon, comrade.